So I am so happy to have you on our podcast today. I literally just saw you like a week and a half ago.
Yes.
In Montana. All places, I think it's not for you. I would never experience a city in Montana called Butte. And I'm glad you correct me that because the whole time when people were saying, where are you going? And then even like my staff was asking me where I'm going. And then I was like, but?
Exactly.
And then they're like, what? Where are you going? Right. I mean, Montana, I've been to Montana before, but I've never been to that city. I know when I got there, I have to say, I discovered how great it is because as an immigrant, the first generation, and to find out this actually a great history about Chinese immigrant in Montana. And you invited me to the film festival, which is like, it's almost like it was a sign, you know? And I know you've been talking about doing a film festival, but I never know like how you thought about doing that and why Montana. And again, it's the Northwest 360 Winterfest, which is a great name. And I post on my story, I have such a blast. Thank you. It was great activity because it's this cute little town. And Rosalina, she's like a big personality. Wherever you go, there's always like light, always fun. It was always like party. Like you don't do anything small. That's just who you are. You have such a big personality, which I love it. I adore you. You're like my sister. So, Artie, I just wanted to know that, just let you know, we never talk about work because I love you as like my sister. So we know each other due our mutual friend who was like a dear friend to you, Hannah. So Hannah was like my big sister. So you are my big sister. I think we have known each other for more than 10 years.
Oh, no, for sure.
More than 10 years.
For sure, yes.
And then I guess we never talk about our business, our career.
Right.
And you're just amazing person inside out. So, you know, but once I find out, and then you know what? I didn't even find out what you do you personally. I didn't find out what you do to your amazing husband, Marty. So Marty's so proud of you because he was telling like everyone what you have accomplished, what you do. And I was like, oh, I didn't know she did this. So one of the things that I was very impressed was he said you were a judge for Miss Universe 2022.
No, for 2000, no, it was back then.
More back then, okay.
But back then, 2008 and 2009.
Oh, both.
Both
so that's
years. I did good, I guess, the first time.
Okay, and then I have to say, like, what I know about you is you're a jewelry designer for a lot of celebrity. One of it is Paris Hilton. Yes. And this is what catch my attention because I love jewelry. And then I always say, if I ever get married, I'm going to send my guy to you. And you can tell him I want this big diamond. And then Hannah always have beautiful jewelry and they're offering you. So every time when I see you and Hannah, I was like, oh, let me try this. Let me try that. And I was like, oh, does that look pretty? So I know you do jewelry, but I didn't know you would like also a judge for Miss Universe.
And I designed the crown for Miss Universe 2008. That's
how you got in.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So the Miss Universe crown was made by you.
Yes, for the 2008, which was actually in Vietnam. Believe it or not, it's just a weird coincidence that year they were doing in Vietnam, and the company that sponsored the crown that year, they could not come up with a design that could be approved by the Miss Universe, pageant. So my friend Paula Sugar, who was the president at the time, she became CEO eventually. She called me. She's like, Rosalina, I know you haven't done the crown, but let's work on this. And so she asked me to help her design, the crown. So I helped co-design the original idea from CAO, CAO is the brand. Their designer came up with the original idea, and I helped tweak it, for approval of the Miss Universe.
How do you even start with the jewelry design?
You mean how I started my business?
Yeah.
I'm third generation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying. We never talk about work because we always talk about our family.
Exactly.
We have good food,
But
we have fun.
I just don't I don't go around and, tell people what I do. Most of the time it's my friend, and my friend become my client, or my clients become my friend.
Oh, yeah. By the way, my necklace is from her. But you know what I mean? It's like I didn't even know you design. Like, how there's a lot of jewelry maker.
Oh yeah,
they're just
100%.
They produce, but they're not really the designer. But you actually really are a designer.
Yep.
Yeah. So how you come up with the idea, or where you get the skills
for the crown?
Yeah.
You're gonna die laughing. I was actually.
Were you?
I was actually at on vacation with my family. My kids were young at the time. We were at the Four Seasons in Maui. I was at the pool, and I got this phone call from Paula Sugar. And I told my husband, and usually I wouldn't answer the call because I was on vacation, but it was Paula. I love Paula. I answered the call. She called me from Vietnam, and she said, I need your help. And I said, what can I do for you? And she's like, I need your help to design a crown. And I literally say, well, what happened? So she told me the story that she need help. And so I told my husband, I think I need to see, go upstairs. And at the time, we're still using fax machine, okay? There was not like the whole iPhone thing.
Yeah.
So they faxed me a copy of the design from Vietnam to the Four Seasons. And
this is so cool.
It's really fun. No, it's so funny. I went upstairs to my room, and I just took a pencil and I just doodle, and I came up with the idea. I sent it back to them, fax it back, and then they fax it back again. The second try, aced it.
That was it?
That was it. And so, but the one thing that I wanted to do, the crown is mostly, diamond, and of course the last crown before mine was the Mikimoto crown, which is amazing with the pearl and diamond, right? And they used that for a long time.
I know Mikimoto.
Oh yeah. So yes. So I was very proud that I was, a person who able to design a crown like next to Mikimoto. And so basically my jewelry, I love color stones. So I use a lot of color stones. I design collections for Neiman Marcus. So basically I'm known for the color stones. So I said, can I recommend something different? You went from diamond to pearl. Can we use some color stones? So, of course, I use more muted color, colors. So I use like a champagne diamond to morganite, very like pale pink and peaches.
Beautiful.
Very, very feminine. But it has a little color tone. So that's my crown. I designed the only color crown for Miss Universe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they must be so impressed, and then so they even asked you to be a judge.
It was funny. Right after that, I was, Paula said, how can I repay you for doing this? I said, nothing. I'm doing it for you as a favor because you're my friend. You needed help. And then she said, no, I got to do something. So she wanted to fly my whole family, my husband and my 2 kids, to Vietnam, for the trip for the pageant. And I said, well, that sounds like fun. My husband and I have been talking about going to Vietnam. We've went like a couple of years before that, but the kids haven't been. So we've been talking, at the time we were talking
and
about.
And that's where you from, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
like
saying. It's just a weird coincidence, right? So I say, so we took the kids and we went to Vietnam. And actually a week before the trip, Paula called and said, I have another favor. And I say, what? She said, I need you to help judge the pageant. And I said, I don't know anything about beauty pageant. Never done it before. She's like, you have taste. You have style. You know what to do. Yeah. And it was really funny because my husband was sitting right there when, the call came in. He goes, I'll help you.
Yeah.
So, of course, right?
Yeah, of
so
course.
I accepted. It was another challenge. And so they sent me the booklet. And boy, it's not easy. When you look through the booklet and you read about everybody's bio and look at the picture, and then, a couple weeks later when you're in Vietnam, you meet everyone totally different. The girls, maybe back then, the photo and that, they weren't good.
Yeah.
But when you look and then you look at everyone, it's like, how do you judge this? They're all so beautiful. What do you look for? But then, of course, I figured it out. And I had a blast because we were with like some like President of NBC, some other judges. So it was Roberto Cavalli was judging that year.
Wow.
He went to Vietnam. So, yeah.
I love their design.
Well, that was the time when, Cavalli was like one of the top designer, and it was Paris's favorite. Everything that I put on her, it was with Cavalli.
Actually, a lot of Asian women love
still
design.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, exactly.
When I go out party, like I would forget a dress. A lot of my girlfriend, especially from Asia, they were like, just wear my clothes, and then they give me dress. I'm like, ooh, Cavalli. Okay.
Exactly.
I would borrow. I would fit that.
If you go down to Newport Beach area, it's huge.
Yeah,
Cavalli. It was the time. It's like everybody loves Cavalli.
Yeah,
but
it's just so
it was super fun.
Yeah.
I totally enjoy it. And then
what's the deadline for you to come up with the crown for the Miss Universe?
Well, I just had to do the design, right? So basically, I thought I just had to do design, and the company that sponsor, jewelry company, they made the crown, and I just kind of helped them.
But how long it took you to come up with the design?
The design was like, I told you, I went up to my room.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it. We just play around and tweaked around for maybe like an hour or something, and we came up with it. I helped tweak the design, helped the designer,
That's amazing.
I asked her, I said, what do you want to keep on this crown, and what, and why? She said there was a hidden crane and everything.
Wow.
So it's very symbolized, very much like the Asian inspired, crown.
Oh, I wanted to see it. If you ever have any picture, I would love
I do. I will show you.
You have to show it to me.
I
need to put it on the handler so people can look at it.
Yes.
I'm sure people would be curious.
No, it's fully fun. And the other funny thing is 2 years in a row. The first year, of course, Vietnam, 2008, and then 2009, it was in the Bahamas. So I judged both of them, and basically both winners were Miss Venezuela.
Wow.
Yes. 2 years in a row.
Oh,
Diana they're beautiful, but Diana was the one who wore my crown.
Wow. Well, I mean, they're all beautiful, but So how that into fashion, like the jewelry design into like entertainment? Because last time we were all honoring our girlfriend, their family for the museum gala. And you introduced a couple of your friends to me, and then I find out later, not through you, I find out later by talking to your friend that they're all in this reality show called House of Hope.
That's right.
And I was like, huh? I was like, I know she does jewelry design, but I didn't know she was doing TV or a reality show. And then so I remember I asked you, you said, yeah, I produced the show. And then I'm like, huh? I was so confused. Tell me about that. How was that show? Like, how did that even happen?
Everything kind of connected. So with the jewelry, I mean, although Neiman Marcus, they do amazing marketing, through the book and everything. This is the heyday of Neiman Marcus, right?
Yeah.
So they do a lot of marketing, but I do my own marketing, and I have always had the love for entertainment film. Growing up, my mom and I watching black and white, and so I know the whole history of entertainment since I was very young. And so I said, one of the way I want to promote my jewelry, I said I want it on the red carpet. It was and I want to design for movies. So it was one of those things, and one thing leads to another. And so I just contact a PR company, and I said, how can I do this, right? Yeah. So this woman that I met at actually I was at the MTV Music Award in Miami one year. She said, oh my God, your jewelry is just amazing. There's nothing like this here. We have other jeweler, but it just, it's beautiful, but it's more basic. So she said, come to the suite. I wasn't even part of the suite. So I came to the suite. I remember at South Beach at the Shore Club. And
I remember
the Shore Club back in the days? So there was like separate suites, like villas. And they have like from jewelers to, all different brands, each villas. She took me to her suite, which is like her office. And she said, just stay here. And so she brought in everyone from Paris to Fergie to, Eva Longoria, like everyone, all the girls. They were like getting ready, to go to, do the award. They all went cuckoo. So I met a whole bunch of beautiful ladies and they wanted to wear the jewelry. And that's the start of like me doing, promotion, my jewelry with celebrities. And back in the days, it was a little bit easier nowadays, right? It's difficult. But just from one to another, all the girls love it so much. They start, they told their stylists and then they told their friends, the other celebrities. And they started inviting me to events back home here in LA, go to the Oscars, go to Elton John, go to Vanity Fair. I mean, I just started attending everything and they just say that I'm likable, and I became their friends. And one thing leads to another. Actually, it's funny. There was one gentleman. He's product placement company. He came to me and he said, let me put your jewelry on, some movies. I say, okay, I can do that, but I would love to design for someone. Next thing I know, I got a call. And they said, we are doing a new Superman movie. It's called Superman Returns. Would you like to do the jewelry for it? So I went to the studio just like that. So if you watch the movie and Parker Posey, she's the girl, and Kevin Spacey, he's the villain in there, and Brendan Routh, he's the Superman.
Yeah.
That's all my jewelry. So I designed the one special piece for that movie. It's called the Bellissima necklace. And that's one of my signature pieces. And after I did that, Neiman ordered a whole bunch of them, and I did a signature piece for them. I added little butterflies on it. And so, yes.
I didn't know you did
so that's one of my, and I did some jewelry also on Miami Vice. So I just start doing,
Miami Vice?
It's just really fun, like the movie.
And that's how you got into the entertainment.
Yes.
Got it.
So I just start like getting to know a lot of people in the industry.
Yeah.
And directors, producers, and
but then from design, like what gave you the interest to actually producing?
I was talking to them, and because of the love of what I wanted to do, and one of the things I wanted to design something for Star Trek. I'm a Trekkie. I was introduced to Jeffrey Chernoff. He's one of the executive producers, and he's the nicest man, and he invited me to his office. I never thought you were
into Trekkie stuff.
Oh, no. If you get to know me, I'm a Marvel fan and I'm a Trekkie 150%.
Wow, that is cute. That's very new. So I would never picture you do that.
And of course, James Bond. That's another thing,
I love James Bond. I love James Bond.
So I just started meeting a lot of people, and then from that, I started to, meet a lot of friends down here. Hannah's one of them, and I spent a lot of time there and just doing different things. And those, actually, some of the, producer, directors, they're female, so, I dress them for Oscars, and, they become my clients.
Yeah.
So we just become friends. And then one day, I got a call from Lionsgate, 2018, after the movie Crazy Rich Asians came out.
Oh, yeah.
And they were looking to cast a family for a TV version of the movie. So they came to me, and they said, the person that came to me said, well, you live in Northern California, so there's a lot of, amazing, wealthy Asians there. So you must know someone, especially your clients. And I told them, I said, well, there's a lot of them, but, I thought about it, and I go, it's either they are too wealthy that they don't want their life publicly.
To be published.
Yes, exactly. Or the family can be wealthy but boring, and there's nothing to talk about. You can't do that with a show.
An interesting show,
right?
Yes.
And then just like I was thinking about it, and I thought about this kid that I known since he was 21 years old, and he's kind of like a little bit of a, scoundrel, troublemaker, from wealthy family, but he's Vietnamese. And there's never been a real Vietnamese reality show ever. I mean, they have Fresh Off the Boat and stuff, but it's more like Chinese acting, So I said, I want to put Vietnamese on the map. So I called him. He thought I was joking. And I told him, and he's like, you better go talk to my mom and dad because they're never going to believe me. So, but I did. He flew me down to Houston. He's from Houston. And after a long weekend of talking to the parents.
There.
Yeah, so but he has the personality to do this. The whole family in Washington,
yeah.
Right?
That's how I know you were producing the show.
Exactly.
Because you put me sitting right next to him.
Right? But what's funny is the family, the story about how all their kids name after like American presidents. You can't make that up. That's so that cool. Alone, I thought it was I sold the Lionsgate just telling them the name of the family, how they name all the kids after American president because the father, he was so grateful to
this country.
Yes. So basically that's how we created the show. They just say, okay, now just go do a pilot and we're going to sell it. So basically, we went down there, hot heat of August. We filmed the pilot with a production company. And after we filmed the pilot, Jen O'Connell actually is from Lionsgate. She's the one who approached us to do the show. She had an offer to go to HBO to launch the streaming, HBO, Max. So after thinking about it, after I think she was with Lionsgate 13 years, she said, I'm going to do this. And she told me, she's like, I'm going to go, but I'm going to take this with me. So that was it. We didn't even have to think about like Netflix or anything. It was HBO Max.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was filmed. That's one of the fastest, things that happened.
There was nothing, even now, there's still not that many Asian American reality show except, what was the one that Kelly did?
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yes, Kelly.
Blind Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But before that, there was no Asian.
There still isn't any Vietnamese.
Yeah, for sure.
There's, like I say, this Japanese is amazing. I love all the Shogun.
You're right. But there's no Vietnamese.
I love that. But there's no Vietnamese. It's very hard. And there's a lot of people tried. And I don't know why, but it's like there hasn't been. And for movies, there's a lot of movies. The industry, for Vietnam and everything, it's huge. Everybody's doing it. But mainstream.
Yeah.
There hasn't been.
You actually bring a market to the U.S. I mean, that's awesome.
But wait.
Right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
But I thought I opened doors for people, but I don't know. People still haven't done anything yet, right? But I'm hoping that somebody will break through. But I have a script being worked on right now.
Ooh.
For a movie, a true story about a Vietnamese family. It's kind of Crazy Rich Asians, but rags to riches kind of thing.
Oh, wow. I love story like that. Yeah. It's like a feeling good, And they come here, right?
Exactly. They here, and they're very successful.
This is based on true story?
True story. One from zero, street kid, now married, $35 million a year, kind of thing. So
you really need to make a movie out like that.
I am. Hope and you have met Matt Dearborn, my friend Matt.
Oh, yeah.
At Sundance, at Northwest 360. Yeah. So basically, he is writing. Yes,
Matt is so talented.
Matt is writing. Matt and his work partner Tom Burkhart, they are working on that, and I think they're about like 90%.
I can't wait.
Done with the script.
Wait, so how is that the reason you started this film festival in Montana? Because you wanted to have more opportunity for people to write on the Asian film?
I was asked to come to do this.
Oh, okay.
It's funny, but in my whole life, I never go seek for things. Things come to me, and if I like it, I will do it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to go there, and you can't pay me to go there because I have to love it. I work. When I'm passionate about something,
I love that.
I will make it happen.
And when it's aligned with you,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It doesn't feel like work, and like I said, I was asked to come and check out Butte, Montana.
Why in Butte, Montana?
Well, actually, they want to do this in Montana. And of course, Montana's a little hidden secret.
Yeah.
A lot of people moved there, and it's just such a beautiful place, right?
Beautiful, yeah.
Right.
And it's huge.
Exactly. And a lot of people here move to this Atlanta studio, and I think that is happening in Montana. There's a lot of hidden, there's a lot of filming there, a lot of celebrities who live there already. I mean, Yellowstone, obviously, right? Made Montana even bigger. And then, of course, 1923, which is being filmed in Butte.
Oh, so I didn't know it was in Butte.
It's in Butte. Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren were just there a few months, in October filming there. Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people start filming in Montana because the government gives them some kind of tax credit, right?
Yep.
So, but Butte, I didn't know was, to be honest with you, I never heard of the city until you told me about this festival.
Right.
And I still thought it pronounced but.
What's crazy? You're not the only one, but Butte, if it wasn't for Butte, Montana wouldn't be Montana nowadays. It was a big city, it was huge back then because of the whole copper mining and everything. Butte was huge.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And the history.
Yeah, the history's amazing.
Didn't you do a tour? You did do a tour,
right?
I
even, just so you guys know, I'm on the board of the Chinese American Museum, so they actually had one in Butte. It's very small, and it was really touching.
Jocelyn gave you, wonderful Jocelyn. I love her.
And it was it was still well kept with such a small people handling this. They're all volunteer.
Yep.
And it was not even managed by Asian people. It was there
isn't that many there.
Yeah, so I love the people there because they're
super
friendly.
Yeah.
They don't care what your nationality is or how you look like.
You would think, right?
Right?
But everyone, and we needed for the first year of our festival, we needed a lot of volunteers. Oh my God. Everybody came. And I'm talking about not just random people. There's people literally who's who, own, business and everything. But they just volunteered themselves because they want to make this happen. Wow. And they want, so they all came out. And I was I worked there for the last year. Every month I go there. And I already like, everyone there. But at the festival, I was blown away. People came out of the woodwork and just... wanted to help.
Everybody was so nice. They were wanted to give us a tour. They want to show us around. It's just
they're proud of the city.
Yeah,
they are. That's the thing. Everybody that moved away or moved back, and they are very proud of the city, and they want more. For the city. And when I came up with this, of course, everybody, doubts okay, who's this woman? Who's coming in to do this? So. I did everything possible to make it happen the first year to prove this to everyone, right? So basically, I worked like crazy to make it happen.
And you never done this before, right?
Not the festival. I've thrown big event party, Oscar suites and everything else, but not a whole festival.
Yeah,
which is and I added not just film festival, I added music and comedy. And
yes, we went to. I met a couple of comedians that was there for the festival, and they're super nice, and they're really good and funny.
Yeah, so, Kevin Nealon came for us. He was amazing. He's so funny. And then Napoleon Dynamite 20th anniversary. They were amazing.
I love that movie.
Up. They were so fun, right?
And then, in fact, one of the guys from the movie was actually the DJ for the night.
Which is Vote for Pedro.
Yes.
Yeah, Efren.
He was the guy that was DJ for one of the night, at the club.
He's so good.
Yeah, he was really good, and he even danced. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh no, he did. I saw that.
He was on the floor dancing.
Yes,
amazing dancer.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A lot of people were there, and they're super nice.
We have everyone. The minute I called people up, they were like, "I want to come and support you." My dear friend. Niecy Hamilton, she came from, Houston. Yeah. And she's a comedian. She was hilarious. She flew in to join us, and she was spectacular. She performed right before you arrived.
Yeah.
And of course we have DJ Gina.
Yeah.
You know, she's
from Korea.
She flew in from Korea.
And then she's amazing. I check her out on her Instagram.
Right.
She's like
right?
well known in Korea.
Oh yeah, no, has over 1 million followers.
Yeah,
she is the most down to earth. And I was told that it was funny because
she looked like an animation doll.
She does.
That's all like that. She looked like an AI animation doll. She's so cute.
Yeah.
And then when I was looking at her Instagram, she's
in Macau. She went to Macau after she was with us to perform there. She's all over. She's very, very popular.
Yeah.
You know, my friend Victor, he's amazing. He's the one who introduced us, you know, and he told me, he goes, Gina is not high maintenance. Because, you know, a lot of these musicians, and they just travel with like a whole entourage.
She wasn't.
She didn't even try. She didn't want to bring anyone because I asked if she's bringing anyone. And then when we had her picked up at the airport, she came with a carry-on. I don't get that. I can never even like
this girl.
Yeah. I can never travel with a carry-on. She traveled for a whole week from Korea and perform, and she was with a carry-on. It was insane, and she was the sweetheart. And we have DJ Kitty from Vegas as well.
I met her.
And
she's amazing.
The two of them, the minute they met, we introduced them, you know, via Zoom before that, but they met, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody think that they've known each other. They were so cute together.
Yeah.
And they, you know, because I asked Kitty to MC and then also do a set, you know, for the after party. And she's amazing. Everyone.
No,
was
they
amazing.
were great. I mean, I see them together the whole time. So I didn't know Gina she just literally got in from Korea.
Oh, yeah.
So, like you said, I was like, she was by herself, very
great
low-key.
Energy.
Who was like, no big deal, until I actually check her out on Instagram to realize she's a big deal.
She is a big deal.
But she doesn't act like it.
Nope.
And then everybody there, like...
That's why she's successful.
Yes.
I'm not joking.
People.
You know? So...
And then you just like her. Like, she's so easy.
Everybody's so likable.
Yeah, everybody.
There's no one show up. And then Robert Mack.
Yeah.
He is a hoot.
Yeah.
He opened for Kevin, remember?
Yeah.
And then,
he's funny.
Yeah, and then he came, we went to dinner with him afterwards, and then I said, come to our after party. He goes, maybe for 15 minutes. 3 hours.
Stay.
3 hours later, he was dancing.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying.
He's such a sweetheart. I talked to him recently, you know, and God bless him. We were successful, and we were very happy with the turnout.
I was so happy to be there because by going in there, you actually meet a lot of amazing people.
Right.
And you make great connection there.
Oh, for sure.
And it was like, everybody just chill. Everybody
become friends.
Exactly.
You guys are all in contact now, I think. I see that you guys have group texts.
Yeah, we do. I mean, now I call him my dragon brother, you know, Jonathan.
Yes.
So we're going to have dinner with him later tonight.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to see him again.
Yeah.
All the people there were so wonderful. But, you know, we all have to say, come to you because we're all there for you.
Thank
I mean,
like
you were asked to do this. You can easily say no, right? But you decide to take this task, like, because that was what aligned with you. Why you decide to take this?
Besides from loving Montana and Butte, the people and everything, I want to help rebuild, put the city back on the map again. But also, it is a very hard industry to get into. And I want somehow to make this a meeting place for the next generations of entertainers. People can go there and learn and, get the foot in the doors, and because we have lectures as well as film, and there's a couple of university around, in Bozeman, around the area. Yeah. And they have film department.
I didn't know that.
There's a lot of people they want to learn, but they can't. It's really hard. But to have this there, I think we're gonna have more lectures during the summer when the weather's better and when the students are off from school, we can they can come there.
It's beautiful there for the winter, but I'm sure it's great in summer.
Stunning.
Yeah.
So you got skiing, snowmobiling, all of that during the winter, during the spring and then summer. fly fishing is huge there.
I want to do fly fishing.
So cool.
I did it once. It's really fun. I'm going to go back.
Right?
I'm thinking about going back for sure. Well, you are going to.
I am. I'm working on my next event for May, and then another one in October.
Okay, so,
and then before we go back to the film festival.
So the festival is called Northwest 360 Winter Fest. When's going to be the next year? Is the same time?
We are thinking about moving the dates a little bit.
Okay.
We were asked to do the January date. It is cold.
Yes.
We lucked out this year because the whole time we were there, it was sunny. It wasn't.
No, that's what I was going to say.
It wasn't like 20 below zero because it could get there.
Well, that's what I thought. That's what I actually thought.
No, we were walking around. We were fine. It wasn't storming, and people were flying in and out just fine.
Yes.
Right? Right after everybody left.
That's when the storm came?
It was like, it started storming and it was super cold. I mean, it was exactly. So we lucked out. So I really want to make sure that we are not going to run into the weather issue. So I'm considering of like moving the dates a little bit, but you will know soon.
Well, if there's anything we can do and help out, definitely let us know.
Thank you.
I really think this is a great cause. And like I said, I really love the city. I fall in love with the people, all super nice.
I know.
It's so diverse.
It is.
If you talk about DI, diverse inclusion, this city really set a great example.
I mean, look at the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
We did the dinner.
Yeah.
We brought in a Michelin chef, Andrea Marino. You were there. Andrea is amazing. He's from Italy originally, and now he has the Salumi House in Sonoma. And he is the nicest, sweetest man.
Yes.
He came and he worked with our dear friend Sonia, who's the chef at her restaurant.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, no, Sonia, it's amazing. La Casa Toscana is like, that's where I go to all the time. If I'm not Vietnamese, I'm Italian. That's one of my favorite cuisine.
Oh, I should make an Italian restaurant. But another thing I love about when I was there doing the dinners, the seating, was you also brought in a lot of wine for tasting.
Right.
And then one of the winery, because I was a snob.
Local winery.
Exactly, because I'm a snob. I'm from California. And we have Napa.
I know.
So any other wine, it's not going to be good. But, actually, when that wine tasting event, the best wine is actually, for me, was from Montana, the local.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm a champagne snob. Everybody know that. So, but there was a sparkling
wine, exactly.
It was good.
Our dear friend Maria,
who's
Maria
a
Gurley,
sommelier.
she's a sommelier, and she was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!"
Yes.
And it was so much fun. We had so many things going on, not even thinking, but till afterwards. It's like,
yeah.
From the food, the wine, and that's one of the other thing I want to do. I want to bring in different cuisines. There's a lot of Irish, in
we
the
went
area.
To a couple Irish bar.
Irish, it's a huge community of Irish, right? So there's a lot of bar, and it's so totally fun, right? But I want to bring back like the Asian community there. I want it to be, bring back the Chinatown, bring back Asia Town.
Yeah.
Bring back a lot of cuisine, and especially during the festival.
I'm bringing boba there. That was what I was
yes,
missing.
Definitely.
I was looking around. They have great matcha. They have tea house.
Yep.
I was like,
no, there's a lot of things we can do. Yeah. And I wanted to start by doing like pop-up and doing food trucks kind of thing. So, yes, everybody, if you have any ideas, if you have business, food, drinks, or whatever,
contact me
next
year,
because I would love to put it, bring it in, because I think we already proved people love food there.
Yes,
because they were. I have all positive feedback, and they said, "When are you bringing who or what next?" Food wise.
You definitely had to let everybody know when the next festival going to be, so people can start like making this happen.
Exactly. And I will know very soon.
Okay.
We are working on the May, which is it's going to be like the first week of May.
Okay.
So and then October. October is going to be more. So May is going to be comedy, pickleball, pool tournament. It's all like exhibition games, celebrity exhibition games. It's going to be really fun. And then October, we're going to do more music.
Okay.
In a bigger, not just DJ, but musician,
like a
music fest.
Coachella in Montana.
Yes, exactly. Music fest and cornhole. Like, I'm going to do just fun things for people to come and register and compete. It's going to be so much fun.
Oh my God,
because
that'll be so fun.
October is going to be beautiful weather.
Yes.
And,
I want to go both.
Oh my
gosh. All of it.
I have been in Montana last year, January, through December to my festival in January. In January, yes. It's basically, I experienced the weather there, through the year. Mm-hmm. Summer is amazing there. They have other festival there as well.
Okay.
And then the fall there, the fall is always beautiful.
I know, I can't wait. I mean, I loved it when I was there.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, I think I want to move here.
It is not a bad idea to have a pied-à-terre there because it's such a great place to be.
Yeah.
Peaceful, friendly people, not far from California. Yeah, actually, I live, close to San Francisco. So San Francisco, nonstop flight into Bozeman, an hour and 50 minutes.
So that's all your plan, upcoming project, right? Mm-hmm. So we can look forward to.
Yes.
Okay. So I definitely want people to check out the Northwest 360 Winterfest because I just went and I have a great experience there. And everybody was asking me where I was at. And so I know they're definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But all this other you talk about, I'm going to be there again. So.
Oh, you better be.
Yeah, for sure.
And this whole thing wouldn't happen if it wasn't for my team. I put together an incredible team, and thank you to everyone. I mean, our programmer, Herb Stratford, he programmed Napa, Sonoma, Tucson Film Festival. He's been in business for 28 years, and he's also, he's very seasoned, and he is kind of he loved the history, idea of Butte. Mm-hmm. He loves the minute he stepped there, he's like, I'm going to do this. This is amazing. And a lot of this wouldn't happen without him.
You can totally tell that you guys all love the idea more than anything. You can see the effort you guys all put in.
Right.
So I always ask all my guests who come on the show, because this is a show about inspire other women, or where women they're looking for mentored, or they're looking for something to inspire them. So one of the questions I always ask my guests is, if you can give advice to the younger self, what would that advice be?
One?
I know there's a lot, but
No. Never look back, look forward.
Never look back, look forward. That's a good one. I haven't got that yet. I'm going to put that. Never look back, look forward.
Yep, just always look forward. Things happen all the time. Bad things happen. You got to look forward.
I love that. Thank you. That really resonated with me.
Look forward. Just move forward and move on.
Yeah, what else are you going to do, right?
Exactly.
Keep going.
Yep. Don't hark on it. Just move forward.
Girls, you heard her. You hear what she said. Don't look back, look forward.
Yep.
And, there's always, that's life.
It is life.
It is life.
Yep.
But thank you so much, Rosalina. I'm so glad you on the show.
Thank
and
you.
Like I said, this is a perfect opportunity because I literally just went to your festival. It was amazing. And
thank you for coming.
No, I really have a great time. And I really want to see this every year. And I'm looking forward to the next year.
It will be. I'm building this to stay.
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you.
Thank you.